growing debate on whether Indian CEOs and bosses, specifically in startups, are toxic or simply misunderstood as hard-working leaders operating in high-pressure environments. Well, this question frequently arises across tech forums, social media, and even among global employees working with the Indian management. While many people label Indian founders as over-demanding, controlling, or even exploitative, specifically when they expect long working hours, weekend productivity, or late-night updates, it is very important to ask, is this behavior truly toxic? Or is it a result of a cultural and economic context that demands hustle? When we look at global labor statistics, the difference is clear. According to reports by the OECD and International Labour Organization, Indian professionals work on an average of 47.7 hours per week, one of the highest in the world, as compared to 38.6 hours in the United States and 34.6 in Germany. These long hours culture isn't limited to any junior employee. It's deeply embedded in how Indian founders operate, often leading to managerial styles that the West might find too intense or controlling. The Indian startup ecosystem, now the third largest in the world after the US and China, is both thriving and struggling. IBM's research shows that nearly 90% of Indian startups fail within first 5 years. Now, this brutal reality fuels a mentality where founders are constantly under a lot of pressure from investors, customers, and global competition. In such an environment, the line between passionate leadership and overbearing management often blurs. Cultural differences also play a key role here. Studies like those from the Harvard Business Review highlights that while Western leaders emphasize autonomy and individual initiative, Indian leaders tend to be more directive and kind of rude. So, what is often seen as micromanagement abroad may be viewed in India as necessary guidance. Add to this the fact that many Indian CEOs come from middle class, first generation entrepreneurial background, and the story becomes one of grit, not entitlement. For them, work is sacred, and they often expect the same level of commitment from their team as well. Well, the real-world examples show the diversity in the Indian leadership style. Sundar Pichai, the Indian CEO of Google, is globally praised for his calm kind of approach. He is anything but toxic. On the other hand, the founder of Baiju Ravindran, once he was seen as a revolutionary in edtech, is now criticized for mass layoffs, toxic culture, and financial opacity. Meanwhile, Sridhar Vembu of Zoho represents a different model altogether. He runs a successful company from rural India and promotes a sustainable employee-first method. So, are Indian bosses really toxic? Well, the answer lies in perspective. Many are ethical, visionary, and extremely hardworking. But we do agree that some do promote unhealthy work culture driven by insecurity, urgency, or lack of emotional intelligence. The problem isn't nationality. It's often the outdated belief that productivity equals long hours and total control. What Indian leaders need is evolution, not judgment. Empathy, delegation, and mental health awareness, and also respect for work-life balance must become core values. As India continues to be a major player on the global economic stage, its management style must reflect not just hustle but humanity too. Now the conversation is over to you. Have you ever worked under an Indian boss? How was your experience? Was it a growing one or a burnout one? Should the Indian work culture evolve? Or is the Western work culture simply too soft? Well, these are complex, layered questions, and the answer will define the future of work in the globalized world.